One of the questions we're frequently asked is, why does a school of architecture mount a show of primarily visual artists? All three of our artists are either trained as architects or are practicing as architects, which in some ways is very symptomatic of one of the most interesting developments in recent art practice, and that is the intense interest in how humans interact with and engage with their environment. The Olafur Eliasson component of the exhibition is essentially a huge hall, almost a hall of miracles, in which we have 55 individual machines which break us out of that habitual way in which we perceive the world around us, and it makes perception itself become a central factor in our engagement with the world. Ai Weiwei, who is of course the famous architect, what he essentially is interested in is spatializing history. And what he has presented in our show, of course, is the spatialization of a particularly intense, very, very loaded moment in recent Chinese history. He simply won't be quiet about the events that took place in the Sichuan earthquake and the resultant deaths of 5,300 school children. One of the most interesting things about our Saraceno exhibition, and about his work in general, is the way in which it projects not only a world in which humans are emancipated from the constraints of gravity and earth-boundedness, but also the ways in which human civilization is itself emancipated from the demands and the constraints of nationhood and other political institutions of that kind. It opens up a world, it opens up a future in a way, and a whole realm of occupation which simply does not exist in most people's minds and certainly has not existed before. Asking the artists to place their work not in a museum context, but actually in the context of an institution that produces knowledge, more strongly underscores what was one of the central ideas behind this show: to see aesthetics as a form of knowledge, and to see that aesthetic inquiry is in fact a form of knowledge.